Hi guys, welcome to another ramble. It's another beautiful day in the beautiful life, and I hope you are taking the time to savor it. It really baffles me, like people who don't know how to be grateful. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how can you not wake up and find like beautiful things to like relish and savor? It's like, no, these people are like a constant container of complaints. And I'm just like, it just baffles me. But tomato, tomato, everybody has free will to view life through a particular lens, I suppose. But let's get to it. Today's video, I'm going to talk about, well, first of all, I made this channel because it's an open book journal for me to outlet my ideas and thoughts and feelings. And I hope in some way it helps others, who are kind of like lost and trying to find their way through the chaos, Like if you are looking for peace, I'm hoping that I am delivering the necessary goods for you to kind of get there, if that even makes sense. But the second thing I wanted to mention was I wanted to list a couple of channels that I watch on YouTube that are so very helpful. Like whenever I just need like food for thought, like yummy, savory, good food for thought. There's a couple of channels that I follow, and the information on these channels are just I don't know, so satisfying. And I will list them below in the description box. The first channel I follow is Spiritual Renaissance. Spiritual Renaissance. Guy is fucking on the frequency. Let me tell you, like, on the fucking frequency. And I absolutely, like, I don't know, eat everything that he has to say up. Another channel that I really find satisfying is Nero Knowledge. So if you haven't heard of these channels, I highly recommend. It's like when you're hungry and you're looking for something that satisfies, those two channels absolutely satisfy me. Maybe it'll satisfy you. So again, Spiritual Renaissance and Nero Knowledge. Let's get into it though. There's a couple of things that come to mind, and I need to make it quick because I only have 11 minutes and I know I have tendencies to ramble. Let's get into it. The first thing that comes to mind, or to the forefront of my mind, is the world is your mirror. It has become ever so clear to me, especially as I move forward, that the world is your mirror. So, like for me, let me give you a really prime example. So yesterday I came into work and to relieve my coworker, and she looked frazzled. And I was like, oh my goodness, like, how was your day? And she's like, it was crazy. It was crazy. Everybody was so needy, and like, oh my God, I had to do all this stuff, and whatever. And she was kind of like losing her beans. And she's like, oh my God, my husband keeps texting me to hurry up and get out, and oh my God, he needs to wait. And I was just kind of like standing idly by going, And in my mind, I was like, well, when I work, like, things flow pretty smoothly despite the busyness. And not only that, I don't really have needy customers, so I'm thinking to myself, like, the world is your mirror. She was basically experiencing herself through external events, through people. You know what I'm saying? So, like, knowing this, if the world is your mirror, and yeah, for me, it's just like you can't really blame other people or external circumstances. That's probably the station that you're tuned into. And with that thought in mind, in the same vein, I was thinking back on my life, which I do often, and I look at all the people that made the deepest impressions on me, and I was thinking to myself, like, I put a lot of these people on pedestals, like a lot of the people that were in my life, because, I like to see the best in people. I like to, like, look I used to look at potential. And like, for instance, good example, my mother. I always saw her as like the kindest person, the most patient person, most loving person, and I absolutely adored her for that. And I didn't recognize that that was me. I was seeing myself in my mother, you know. A couple other people that made really deep impressions in my life was my sister and a good friend back in the day, and they had, to me, I thought they had psychic abilities, and I was very like, I don't know, I just really admired them. Fast forward now, and I'm just like, dude, I also have psychic abilities, you know. I am very hypersensitive to energy, and I'm really good and adept at reading like people's energies, all the different layers of them, the parts that they hide, the parts that they're showing, you know. I get to see like if they're being genuine, their triggers, you know, and just by like looking at how like their energy field touches their reality, like through their interactions, through, you know, their experiences, I can see them very clearly, you know. And then also like unhealthy people, I'm just like, well, a lot of people that are unhealthy was probably because I was unhealthy, and I was like totally neglecting those parts of myself, you know. So yeah, the world is your mirror, guys. If you don't like what you see, or it's probably a part of you that you haven't healed, accepted, integrated, or transmuted. All of the above. You can't really blame anyone. And I've said in other videos too, like I've been around people who like catastrophize things, and like they're like, oh, don't do this because this will happen, and I'll totally just go do it anyway, out of curiosity, you know. Either I'm going to disprove their theory, or I'm going to agree with them. Like, you're right. You know, I tried it and you're right, or I tried it and you're wrong, you know. And I want to say 80 to 90% of the time when people like project their fear on me, it like almost like fuels me to go and fucking do it anyway, and I prove them wrong. You know, I'm like, yeah, your fear is not my fear, your problem is not my problem. You know, right now you're limiting yourself, you're holding yourself back, you're keeping yourself imprisoned. You know, you're getting in your own way. The second thing I wanted to touch on, and I need to speed it up, darn it, what was I gonna talk about? Ooh, addictions. Addictions. I think we all can agree we all have addictions. You know, it could be food, it could be retail, it could be media, you know, video games, it could be watching TV or the news excessively. You know, for me, my addiction, I've come to the conclusion my addiction is over analyzing and always looking for new experiences. And you know, honestly, it's so funny. So I've always been one, like, if I'm gonna spend money, I want to spend it on experiences, you know. And lately I've gotten to a point where I think I've burned through that addiction, and I'm just like, you know what, I don't really need to chase more experiences. I don't need to chase more information. And it's funny, like, I don't know, in previous videos I have said, like, sometimes it takes me 3 days to get through a movie. It's getting so bad, like, I can't even read books, really. Like, it's just like my mind doesn't want to consume any more information. It just wants to be present. It just wants to be profoundly present. And not only that, this past trip that I took, like, it was so tiresome that I was just like, I think I'm over traveling. You know, like, before, traveling used to be like a favorite pastime of mine because I wanted the experiences, and now I'm just like, you know, I'm fucking happy just sitting right here right now, you know. So yeah, until we take a look at our addictions, like, I think we perpetuate it, you know, and we need to keep going through it until we cycle through it organically. It's not something you can force, because I think when you try to force it, you just kind of like add more fuel to it. But if you recognize, okay, this is an addiction, I am addicted to information, I am addicted to new experiences, and you kind of like move through those things with that knowledge, then you kind of like burn through it till you get to a point where you're just really, really satisfied just right here, right now. So yeah, like before I would travel like at least once or twice a year. And this past trip taught me, like, dude, I'm like good. You know what I mean? Like, if I take a trip, cool, but it's not like something that isn't necessary, you know, because I'm fucking happy and satiated and peaceful right here, right now, you know? And also, like, dude, it's so bad. I don't know if it's bad. I feel like it's good. Like, I can't even, like, be on my phone for too long. Like, it just gives me a headache or it makes me feel sick. So, like, before I would be on YouTube and I'd just be, like, overly consuming information on YouTube. And now I'm at a point where I'm just, like, sometimes I'll fall asleep through a YouTube video because my mind is just like, I don't want it. You know, it's, I don't want any more information. I don't want to, like, have to chase more experiences. I want to just enjoy and savor the moment right now. Even like when it comes to like retail, it's like I'm not really like interested in like shopping anymore. I think in one of my videos I said like I was fucking disgusted just looking at all the stuff everywhere that we really don't need. You know, just give me fucking nature, guys, and I am a happy camper. Anyways, if you learned something cool, thank you for stopping by. This video is going to end. Take care of yourself.